Welcome into the BeBall Jones podcast. I have with me an overseas pro professional hooper, Nelson Haskin, former two-time DPOY champion. I am simply the gracious host, BeBall Jones. I am a basketball trainer that loves a little uh, fun, insightful basketball talk and anime. And today we have a epidemic going on, man. We got to talk about what in the
Mm.
world is going on with the white American hoopers. We I don't know if we seen the end of an era. I don't know if it ever really was an era, to be honest with you. But something going on in the NBA, man, where they don't have the top tier white hoopers anymore, man. Is something wrong with our system of training white America? Like, I don't know, bro. What's up with the white Americans, bro? Why haven't we got no great white hoopers anymore?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I think I think basketball has become so much of a thing of like a world game, like universal, like the world loves basketball now. It's a lot of great
Hmm.
basketball players from all over, and they kind of fizzling out a little bit, you know. Like, of course, the African American community has
Yeah.
been the top of basketball forever, but now. Um, we talking so much about America versus the world. And if we talking about the world, that's anybody outside of America. And
Hmm.
then when we mention that American team, it's only black people. It's only African Americans. So I think the world becoming so much better at basketball has pushed them down the totem pole a little bit. Because the
Hmm.
Europeans are beating them, and we going by race and ethnicity, whatever. The Europeans are beating them. Like Canadians, because that's technically outside of America. SGA and those guys, they
Hmm.
pushing them down the totem pole, and they just, it just what happens. The game has, I don't want to say has passed them by, but the game is developing so fast, and like the world is becoming so good at it. There's just less of them in the league than it used to be.
Yeah, because I think when most people want to fight back and say, no, we still had great white hoopers, they weren't American. They not
They
not
weren't.
not in US of A. They were North American of Steve Nash, but the actual born inside the States, we ain't had any of them. They were great in college, JJ Redick, Tyler Hansbrough, but once they get to the next
Christian
level, Jimmy
Laettner.
Fredette, Christian Leitner, they were great in college. I'm talking about the creme de la creme, the top tier of white American hoopers. But when that pro ball turnover, it's like, ooh, role player. You're just solid. You just do this. You don't do that. But pro wise, it's just been a whole different uh vibe coming from non-American hooper. Like that Steve Nash, he came over to this thing. So I don't know what's up, man. Like everybody else is kind of just like had pockets. I think that, like we talked about before, like the greatest white American hooper we've had probably been Kevin Love, man. I think he's the only one holding it down for him in the past 25 years. Like 80s and 90s, great hoopers. They solid, did their thing. Some when them boys retired, got up out of there. They was like, you know what, man? We're just gonna be out average. We're just gonna be solid role players, do our thing. We're not gonna be the all stars and all that stuff, man. So it's just an interesting thing to kind of recognize and see what's been going on, man. So today I'm gonna get into a fun uh conversation debate here, man. We're going to rank the top 10 white American hoopers of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. And I hate to kind of spoil it for y'all. Some of y'all might not know some of these names. Real, like, y'all ain't. Oh, I ain't heard about this name since since the '70s. There ain't too many current
Yeah.
hoopers on here, man. So probably finna date some of y'all because y'all don't even know who some of these people are or how great they were. So, man, you want to kick it off with a couple
Absolutely.
people you might have for honorable mention?
Honorable mention wise, Honorable mention, I'm gonna throw in I think I'm gonna throw in Tom Chambers first. Now some of y'all, that's probably a name like you said, some of y'all might not know Tom Chambers. He played for the Suns back in the late 80s, early 90s. He was an all-star, of course. He was a really good player. I think he was there before Charles Barkley. I'm not sure if him and Chuck played together.
They end up playing
But
together a little bit.
okay. But yeah, he I think he got 4 all-stars. At one point in time, you would get you 20 a night back then. You know, that's something. But I'm gonna throw Tom in there, honorable mention. Uh, I'm also gonna shoot. I don't know who might sneak into the top 10, but I'm gonna throw Bill Laimbeer in the honorable mention. Bad Boys, Pistons, 5-man Bill Laimbeer, 2-time champion. I'll throw him in there just because his impact and helping his team win 2 championships. He probably won't slide in the top 10, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw him in now. After him, man, it's gonna get a little dicey. Like you said, shout out to Kevin Love. I don't know if he gonna fall in the top 10. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the honorable mention right now. And there's some current players that we could speak on, but I hold on. I hold off on that until we start doing the list, and maybe we can add on. But them the only ones I'll throw into honorable mention as of right now.
Yeah, I want to just shout out JJ Redick so we get a name that people actually know. You feel me?
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, because it's like everybody else that you would know, they were just cool. They weren't that prominent of a player, but I think JJ kind of held it down for him and made it to be where he's a prominent name within basketball culture because he was holding it down at Duke, and everybody hated Duke for a while. At least we did. You know, we were growing up, and it was like, man, forget Duke, bro. That's a
No
whole
fool,
nother.
dude.
That's a whole nother conversation. But we were not rocking with Duke at all. Forget Coach K. Forget every Dookie, every last one of y'all, except Grant Hill. But in our era, forget all y'all boys.
Yeah, we ain't rock with dude.
Yeah, before the one and
Me and
done
all
hit.
my homies.
Yeah, before the one and done hit, we didn't rock with. Man, forget all y'all Dookies, man. Get out our face, bro. So shout out to JJ holding it down. We had a love-hate relationship with him all those years. I think that's it, man. I think we can kind of get into it because,
Slim pickings
yeah,
after that, huh?
yeah, because everybody else can have a fight to be in the running. So I think Bill Laimbeer might sneak in there. We'll see. Um, so we can kind of start, and I'll start a name, see what you feel about it. But Mark Price, how you feel about Mark Price being in the top 10?
He gonna be a fringe player. He could get in, but he on the fringe. We'll
Mm.
say that. But Mark definitely deserved to be mentioned here. So
All right, so I don't have like a strong feeling towards like the bottom of the list. 'Cause I feel like
yeah,
it's
I think it's better to go from top to bottom, from 1 to 10, because
yeah.
that way we can we know who the top guys are. Then we can decide how we want to fill in. You know what I mean?
All right, so because I was thinking that too, but I know we usually go 10, like honorable mention 10 to 1, but the way this list looking is looking pretty spooky. So
Mm.
I think we both been agreeing number one is going to be Larry Bird,
1 of 1, the Great
the
White
legend,
Hope,
Larry Legend himself. He has to be number one. So the GOAT of GOATs for the
the
white American
Goat,
Hoopers, Larry
the
Legend
great.
Bird.
That boy is the Goat, the greatest white of all time.
All right, so who we looking at for number 2, man? You got a couple of different names we can throw here.
For number 2, in my personal opinion, I'm either gonna say John Stockton or Jerry West. However you feel about Jerry West.
I was leaning towards Jerry West, being
Okay.
honest. I was leaning a little bit more towards Mr. West. Not even because people like, oh,
Okay.
he's the logo, and I'm like, all right, cool. no, not to shade it, but it's kind of like he did more outside of that. You feel me? It's like
Yeah,
if you exclude the whole logo thing, he did so much more outside of that that makes him so great too. And
yeah,
so for me personally, that's why I would put Mr. West number 2.
yeah. So then you good with John Stockton being 3? If that's the case, would you have him 3?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because I feel like we're gonna be in agreement with number 4. I think he's the only one that could possibly sneak up, but John Stockton is just he's arguably top 5, 10. He's 10 for sure, but arguably top 5 point guard of all time. So if I want somebody like
Yeah,
the Jerry West, so Jerry
yeah,
West number 2,
yep.
and then Stockton 3. All right, so for 4, I got Kevin McHale.
Same.
Okay, I thought we gonna
We are in agreement.
they had a little disagreement there, but okay.
So we are in
Uh,
agreement.
all right, so Larry Bird 1, Jerry West 2, John Stockton 3, Kevin McHale 4. Number 5, who we looking at?
Uh, I went Bill Wall.
Mm. I'm kind of torn between Bill and um like the John Havlicek, Bob Cousys.
Yeah, that's the hard part about this, I guess you say.
Just so people know, this is exactly why we try to frame everything being 80s and forward
Thanks.
because we didn't. I hate to kind of go off of hearsay because you think of how folks gas up stuff in the 90s, then you go back and watch 90s, and it's like it wasn't that crazy. They were just good basketball. You know what I mean?
And
It's that
all that.
version of basketball, and so it's tough to go off of hearsay and just off of stats and stuff what happened before. So it's kind of like a jumbled up list of like we don't fully know, so we got to go off of hearsay. So all right, so you
I'm
had
cool. I'm cool with throwing Bob Cousy in there, though. I had Bill Wall, but if you want to go ahead and give Bob Cousy in there, or who did you say somebody else, or just Bob Cousy?
Kuz and Havlicek.
Havlicek, yeah, Havlicek won a lot of championships with Bill Russell. Same thing
Mm.
with Kuz. Uh,
I
but Bill
think
Wall,
Walton. Yeah, I
Bill
think
Wall
Walton
won
should
the
be up there.
MVP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because folks were saying Walton could have been one of them ones, especially for the center, if he didn't get hurt and had an injury and stuff. So I think we can
yeah,
go Walton at 5.
that's cool. So does that put us with Bob Cousy 6 or Havlicek 6? How you want to do
See, now I got throwing a name like Pistol Pete and Rick Barry. Because I
it? That
think,
who I also have on there.
yeah, so now we kind of jumbled up between all of them. And if I'm picking next to be number 6 after Bill, I'm personally feeling Cousy over Havlicek, honestly.
I am too. I feel like Cousy was more of a star player, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And then Rick Barry was talked about as being like the guy for the league for a minute. Like he was killing. But then Pistol Pete was doing his thing too. He just wasn't like as sexy. He was dropping 40 balls before 40 balls was even a thing. Like he and with no 3-point line. You talking about crazy stats. So right now I'm between Cools, Pistol Pete, and Rick Barry as fighting for 6, 7, 8.
Honestly, I say we just throw him in there. Because who's to say who's gonna be like, man, Barry better than John Havlicek. Just as long as they all in the 10.
Yeah. So let's go Kuz out of respect to the champions that he has. Championships, let me say that.
Bob Cousy 6.
Yeah. Then we'll go. I think Rick Barry. Wasn't Rick Barry a champion?
Yes, with the Golden State Warriors.
Out of respect to winning a ring, we'll throw you 7. Sorry, Pistol.
What about John
Throwing you
Havlicek?
6. Mm. I still feel comfortable putting him after. I think player for player, Rick Barry probably was still better. And I'm probably taking Pistol Pete over him too. So yeah, I think John gonna have to be number 9.
Okay. Pistol Pete 8.
Yep.
John 9. And number
All right.
10, we going with
Is Chris Mullins better than Mark Price and Bill Laimbeer?
I would definitely take Chris Mullins over Bill Laimbeer. Now Mark Price, we could talk. Let's look
Mm.
into it. It is kind of almost similar errors, a little bit.
Yeah, Mullins was the end of the 80s through the 90s and early 2000s. Price, I think he was 80s and 90s.
86 to 98.
Yeah.
He was hooping though.
I think he's like 2 or 3-time All-Star, holding it down for the Cavs when they were sorry. We're not sorry, but they made the
Four-time
playoffs.
All-Star, 1 All-NBA first team, 3 All-NBA third team, won some three-point contests.
And Price was hooping.
Chris Mullins, I don't think Chris ever won a championship in that neither.
Nah, he didn't get that chance. And then he was in that era between Bird, Jordan, Dominique.
Facts. Oh, they really played at the same time. They got drafted the same year. Oh no, Mullins got drafted the year before. So they played at the same time. Makes it even easier. Uh, Chris Mullins was selected to the Dream Team. That mean anything to you? He won. He got 5 All NBA 4 times, 5-time All Star, All NBA first team once, second team twice, third team once. Uh, Stats wise, let's do the comparison real quick. Like this is probably another one that's like people not gonna be like, man, Chris Mullins better than Mark Price,
Mm-hmm.
but out of respect for the game.
I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking Price because he has the All NBAs, but then Mullen making the Dream Team does help.
They got the same amount of All NBAs.
But then he
They
had
both
more
got
first
4.
teams.
They both got 1.
Ooh, never mind it. All right, at that point,
Chris
it's
Mullins
CeeLo.
averaged 18 points for his career. Mark Price averaged 15. Mark Price averaged 6.7 assists. Chris Mullins 3.5 steals. They both averaged 1. Chris averaged a rebound and a half more.
Yeah, I'm going with
It's
the
looking
Dream
like
Team
Chris
player.
Mullins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
they
going with the
selected him
Dream
for
Team.
some. Mark Price was more of a point guard though. He's just more of a true point guard. But yeah, Chris Mullins gets my vote also.
Hey
Shout out to
man.
Mark Price, number 11.
Yeah, the first off the honorable mention. All right. So Larry Bird, number 1, Jerry West, number 2, John Stockton, number 3, Kevin McHale, number 4, Bill Walton, number 5, Bob Cousy, number 6, Rick Barry, number 7, Pistol Pete Maravich, number 8, John Havlicek, number 9, Chris Mullins at 10. These names, ladies and gentlemen, are the top 10 white American hoopers of all time. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dr. Marco.
Nice, man.
Yeah, man. So, all right. As I mentioned, I think the most recent name on this list is either Stockton or Mullins, because I know Stockton hooped till about 03, I want to say, maybe 05. Chris Mullins about the same. So both of them stopped in hooping around early 2000s.
Mullins last season was 2000, 2001.
Okay. So, yeah, early 2000s. And everybody else was
And
done.
Stockton till 03.
Yeah, so yeah, everybody else was done well before most of the listeners were probably born. So
Yeah.
I think we're in a pocket where it's like, all right, I think we could probably do a whole separate re-list of 2000s to now. I think
That
top of
one ain't
this
gonna be
probably
so good.
yeah, it's gonna be. You got to do like top 5 because
Yeah. Because if you think about it, the only white Americans to win MVP in the National Basketball Association have been Larry Bird and Bill Walton, and then guys from the 60s. Steve Nash from Canada. He would have been the only one that really held it down. Dirk Nowitzki, but
yeah,
also
Dirk.
European. But like white Americans don't got no MVPs for real. They got Bird, then you have Bill Walton, then guys from the 60s.
Yeah,
Only think Pistol Pete won the MVP, if I ain't mistaken.
I don't think so. Everybody else is
So
Euro, man. Well, basically not Americans. I
Europeans,
don't get into semantics, but
yeah,
everybody else is non-American. Like you said, is Dirk, is Yoke, Nash. That's it.
yeah, yeah. They ain't got no. They ain't got no MVPs to their name. It remind me of that Gary Owens joke that was like, when is a white guy gonna get a shoe? Don't know white guys got shoes. I remember he used to tell that joke. But he was like, when we gonna get some Dirk Dadas or some Steve Van Horn kangaroos?
Oh man, that's so wrong.
Oh man. But yeah, bro, this is why. This is why y'all ain't got no shoes. Now Luca got a shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the only one. If I could think of any. Clay got like that Asian brand.
The answers, yeah.
Yeah, he got shoes.
I think AR coming out with some. I think he got a deal with some overseas company too. But
Yeah, the Asians rocking with him.
hey, don't sleep on them. I'm gonna just say, don't sleep on a couple of the A's like the answers and I can't
That's a
remember the other
large
name.
market.
You know what I'm saying? Don't give them a couple years when they start figuring certain stuff out. Something gonna pop up. I'm letting you know. I'm trying to give y'all a game right now. Don't sleep on the answers, and it's another Chinese brand. I can't remember who it is now. Li Ning, the one that D Wade went with.
Lee Nee, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's one more. But don't sleep on it, man. I'm telling y'all crazy over Nike, crazy over Adidas. Ain't no telling what Steph gonna go because Under Armour fumbled him like some idiots. So I'm telling y'all, dog,
Don't even get
it's
me
gonna some
started
else.
on Under Armour.
Hey, man. That might have to be a whole separate episode, bro. About the
For
brands of sporting brand stuff, man.
Because first
Whole
off,
separate
Under
episode.
Armour, people don't even realize. I said this in practice when that day they shut down, or that day they went bankrupt, whatever it was announced. Under Armour at one point in time had Steph Curry and Cam Newton under their brand, and now they bankrupt. And they was MVPs around the same time. Cam Newton was like 2014, 15. He was MVP. And
Yeah, I
that's
think
when
so.
Steph
Yeah.
Curry had his emergence and won MVP, unanimous MVP, won championship. Y'all have both of them.
Mm-hmm.
How do you fumble that? The 2010s should have been like Under Armour's like, we taking over. We finna pass up, at least finna pass up Adidas.
Yeah.
Like, we at least got to be passing Adidas. We got the two biggest leagues in America MVP signed to our brand. Tweaking. No way. No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cam Newton, you know how big Cam Newton was in football? You remember, because we from Alabama, so you remember.
Oh, we know. Trust. We lived through Superman himself. That's the football Superman, bruh.
I ain't like Cam till he left Auburn, boy. Once he left Auburn, I became a fan. I hated him when he played for that other school, though, boy. They beat Alabama, man. That was the year they had that kick six. I still can't watch that playback. Sick to my stuff. But once Cam went to the NFL, I was a fan. You got Cam Newton and Steph Curry signed to Under Armour. We bankrupt 10 years later.
I got a college football natty champion, and he's the face of it. Come on
Then
now.
he won NFL MVP
Come on
and went to the
now.
Super Bowl. Didn't win, but went to the Super Bowl.
Come
There's
on
no
now.
way.
Come on
There's
now.
no
So
way.
yeah, that sound like we got another episode brewing right there, bro. Because that's blasphemous. How in the world do you fumble that? But anyway,
How do you fumble that?
white Americans got some ways to go, man. That's the moral of that story. But
Right.
but yeah, man. But like Cooper Flag seems to be like pigeon asked to be the great white hope of the next guy that can kind of
The next great
start
white hope.
to redeem it and be like, oh, we got a national player who's coming through winning MVPs and championships and being a top 10 player in the game at least. Like I said, I think the greatest player we done seen since the end of these guys' runs was Kevin Love. I really think if for real, Kevin Love probably is top 15 greatest white players.
Yeah,
Like he's
and if we cut off the guys from the 60s, he in the 10.
yeah, because if we go off what we kind of saw and can like easily see, yeah, probably the top 5. Because then we got to cut off. We got to cut off Jerry West, Coolsey, Pistol Pete, Rick Barry. That's half our list, bro. Half our list is gone
Facts. Kevin Love in there.
for sure. You got to throw in Tom Chambers. You got to throw in Bill and Beer. So let's get real spooky when you talking about more current, more recent players. So I think somebody like a Austin Reeves got a real strong chance to creep in. If he can, depend on what Lakers do with him next season, will determine a lot of stuff for him in his career. So we'll see.
True. Chet
That's to be
Holmgren.
determined. Chet Holmgren got opportunity. Payne Pritchard might have a chance to sneak up. He might end up being like a 1 or 2 time All-Star, depending on what he rolls. I hope he stays with the Celtics. I really hope so.
He's a valuable asset to have for sure.
Bruh, that's why I want to keep him. So hopefully he in a position like, yeah, I feel like I can lead a team. I want to do more and X, Y, and Z. Just stay with the Celtics, bro. We got you. Hopefully we got you. Hope the trend you right. I don't want to play against you. Just keep dropping 30 balls for us, man. You getting the points. You're getting the stats. You're getting the PT now. We got rid of somebody else to make more room for you. Anthony Simons, we got rid of him. It's your world, my boy. Before that, we had Drew. It's your world now, man. You feel me? It's just you and Derek White holding down, man, pretty much at the guards. So hopefully we can keep him on the wraps and he's staying green till he's no more no longer in the league, man. But I think those probably the top 3 names is Cooper Flag, Pritchard, and Austin Reeves. Really is like talking about sneaking in and getting some All-Stars and being the next tier of or next lineage of great white American hoopers, because that's pretty much it, man. Ain't got nobody else really. Everybody else is hero.
Yep. Coop and Con Knuckle.
Oh yeah,
They holding on to him. Because they rookies. Coop look like he's going to be a star. Con Knuckle's been hooping. He is in Charlotte though, so you decide how much stock you put in that. But Coop and Concanepple, man, they got to hold hands through this. We are the great white hope. Like I said, we named AR, Chet Holmgren, them guys, man. They
Oh yeah,
obviously
shit.
Chet Holmgren, Austin Reeves, Peyton Pritchard, they helping out, man. But it's tough for these guys, man. That's
Hey,
four
but that
guys.
that'd be a solid group though. You got Payne Pritchard at the one, Austin Reeves at the two, Coop playing three, Chet at the four, and who am I missing? You just said somebody.
Concanepple.
Oh yeah, Concanable. Why am I slipping today, bro? I keep forgetting Chet and Con.
Concanepple ain't no big,
So shoot,
but
slide Chet to the five, Coop at the four, and shoot Con at the wing for real. Because AR can probably play a little bit of three, but
yeah,
between
it's
them
gonna be
two,
small.
it's a real small ball. But that could be a decent lineup,
But
bro.
they solid though. They all good players. You can throw
Yeah,
Alex Caruso in there. Forgot Alex Caruso.
Caruso be a solid piece in there too. Uh, if Hero can ever get back being healthy, he'll be a solid piece for that.
What's going on with the white big men, man? The European bigs have came in and took over the league, boy. Ain't no pure, like, I need to stop using the word pure. Ain't no American born white guy playing big. There's no more Bill Lambier. There ain't no Bill Lambiers in the league. There ain't no Kevin McHale's, no Bill Walls. What happened to like the big country, strong white guy with legs this big that being post? You know what I mean? What happened to them guys? We must have phased them out the game.
Man, they either one trying to be Dirk and Wimby, and they end up being kind of
Tyler
like
Zeller.
Chet. That too. So I think you end up being like a worse version of Chet, and you're not as skilled as him. And shoot, Chet was almost out the league because he couldn't stay healthy. He missed a full season.
Yeah,
Was his first or second year. So it's either
yeah.
that he couldn't stay healthy, or he just lacked the skill and he turned into the Plumlee brothers or the Zeller brothers, and it's like we're here
That's
for
them.
that's the big white Americans. Zach Collins, you got enough athleticism to keep up enough to like compete at least. You got enough skill to outdo some of them. So it's like you got enough skill and enough athleticism and enough IQ to compete. That's what kind of
Yeah,
where we at. And you got nothing else that's just like superior enough to be like, yeah, we killing over the league. We taking over. Like I said, Kevin Love was the last one we seen really killing for it consistently. Consistent all-star. He was arguably the best power forward for a couple years. Only out in Minnesota by himself, dropping 40 and 20, 50 and 20, 30 and 20. We ain't saying that in a minute, bro. I don't think Coop gonna come around and start doing that. I don't see Chet come around and doing that. So Kevin Love truly is like the greatest white American hooper we've seen for a minute. So
yeah.
I don't,
That's
we ain't
crazy
got
to
no more.
say.
We ain't got no more pure. We ain't got no more white
See,
American bigs.
see.
That's your fault, bro. I wasn't even thinking that till you said it.
I gotta stop saying that, bro. That's not right, man.
Oh man. But yeah, we don't have any more white American bigs that's holding it down. Um,
They
I
probably,
don't know.
I
It's
think
been
a lot of
crazy.
them were too slow, man. They started pulling them out, spacing them out, setting them in this pick and roll, exposing them. It was downhill from there.
Let me go hit this football field. Let me go hit the baseball, man. This ain't my
Facts,
game no
boy.
more.
I know, hey, boy. I know it's a big somewhere that probably was like Bill Lambier. It's a white guy somewhere. It played. It was like Bill Lambier is my favorite player. Probably based his whole game around Bill Lambier. And then he grew up, got older, was in the 90s, late 90s, 2000s, playing. And then next thing you know, he got to a certain level. They started pointing at him like, him,
Yep.
go sit the screen. And I know he probably was on the bench like, whew, that guy's fast. He started getting spaced out by young Melo. They start getting that switch and Melo. It's like, whoa. What's that guy's name? Carmelo. That
Yeah,
guy's
boy,
good, man.
been to pick and roll with Chris Paul, Derrick Rose, and it's like, what happened? I
Gotta
thought
move
I
them
was.
feet, big fella.
He was here in front of me 1 second, and next thing you know, do layup, dunk, and them boys
You know
aged
that
out
clip of
fast.
Steph Curry crossing up Rudy Gobert, he's spinning the circle. I know it happened to a lot of guys, boy. And them boys said, you know what? My daddy owned an accounting firm.
I said, let me go be a lawyer. Let me go be an accountant. Let me go be a
My
doctor.
daddy owned the lake.
You know
Them
what?
boy got up out of here.
I'm gonna save my knees and my ankles and my pride. Let me just go punch these numbers in, because my boy, I am not built for that. So
All them bigs that played at Purdue and Gonzaga and Duke, Syracuse, them big name schools that was getting big white
yep,
boys to come down
yep,
there and just be big, and them days over in the league. They ain't doing that no more. I hate to
yeah.
tell you.
But yeah, man, it's at a sad point, man. But do you think we'll get a resurgence of that? Do you think we'll like get back to a point where there is more prominent white Americans in the league again?
I think we can. I don't ever think it's gonna be like, because when was white Americans ever like just prominent to be like the best players? Let me say that, to be like the best players. Because like obviously the 60s, 70s, it's a different story. 80s, we got Bird, McHale, Bill Laimbeer, them guys. That's what like they was like prime time.
Mm-hmm.
90s, it started fizzling out. 2000s, we had a couple of like snipers and like cool white guys. We had the Chris Mullins as a sniper, Mark Price as a sniper. We had White Chocolate pull up in the 2000s. He cool, diamond it. You know what I mean? But in the 2000s, that's when we started getting the Europeans. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's where you start seeing the Andre Kurlenkos, the Drazen Petroviches, the, you know, guys like that, man. Hito Turgaloo. Guys are pulling up, man. They played a different brand. And I think we'll get some white guys to come up, because I think training and stuff is so prominent now. And quiet is kept. And this might be a combo for another day, also another episode. Basketball has slowly become like a privileged kid sport. Like how
Bro,
we
I've been
talk
thinking
about
about
like,
that for a minute.
yeah, like skateboarding, snowboarding, skiing, golf, tennis. That's kind of like privileged kid sports, because you need money to be able to do those things. You need money to get on the golf course or rent tennis coaches, stuff like that. You don't just have those things. Basketball is popular with inner city kids because a basketball court is just up the street,
Mm-hmm.
and you and your homies go play. That's why the African American is originally so good at basketball, because basketball courts is just in the neighborhood. So naturally, we grew up playing. We fans of the game. We grow up watching it. Next thing you know, the next best players are all black, because we have been the ones playing it. So now it's gotten to the point where kids don't, number one, kids don't play outside no more. That's dying. Number two, it costs money to get in gyms, to get trainers, to get anything. I ain't trying to hurt your business or nothing, my boy, but like
Listen,
trainers is like,
I
yeah,
agree.
trainers has become like the tennis instructors. Oh, I need $100 a week or $150 a week, 5 days of workouts, whatever. And then they got 10 guys in there with you, 7, 8 guys, $150 a week from all of y'all. He got a good business. Make some Instagram posts, show y'all ball handling. Next thing you know, he got a name. They are like the new tennis instructors. Tennis instructors used to be like you got to pay for this time. And now guys are training so much. If you just hooping, without training, they're gonna be a little bit of a step ahead. Then you got to pay for AAU. AAU is expensive unless you one of the top guys and they want you to be on the team. If you just a guy that want to play, want to play the comp, you might be good. But if you ain't just the best, that you paying to be on the AAU team. Now you got to travel. You got to pay for that. You got to get money for all that. So your parents got to send you somewhere to play. So it's just getting more and more expensive to be good at basketball, especially if you don't live in no big city where you got all that on hand. Because I'm a small town kid, man. It's 3 gyms in the mob. It's 4. You know what I mean? The middle school to high school, Christian Chapel, Theo Radcliffe Center. It's 4. It's 4 gyms. It ain't many. And the schools obviously closed down when they closed down. So now you need a coach or somebody to let you in. The Theo was open Monday through Thursday. And then Christian Chapel is a church. They got to let you in. Mm-hmm. Then you got another church that also has a basketball court, but it's not a black church. So that's one of them things. But we just don't have access to the gym all the time is what I'm saying. So if you ain't already in a big city, now you got to travel for training. I had to drive to Tuscaloosa. You go to see a guy about training. I drive to Tuscaloosa for AAU games and tournaments. Like all type of stuff, man. That was 45, 50 minutes away. So my parents wasn't willing to pay that. It just wasn't going to happen. So it's just slowly become a privileged guy sport. It's all not privileged guy, but privileged sport. Either you got to just be one of the best players that way people want you to be a part of everything. They're going to make sure you taken care of, or you got to have some money. So that's kind of one of them things. So if that continues, white Americans have no reason not to be good. Because, call spade, y'all got the privilege. It's a privileged kid sport now. Y'all got the privilege. Your parent, if you as a white child in America want to be good at basketball, your parents are willing to invest in that dream of yours. They can pay for the training. They can pay for the gym time, whatever it takes. They'll take you. You can travel, all that good stuff. It's just part of it, man. And that's what's happening with a lot of sports, not just basketball. Baseball is like that. You got to pay for travel baseball and all this good stuff. Like I said, you got the tennises and the golfs. But, the only sport that's like guys just don't have that element to it is like football, where you just could be a natural athlete. And we work on your footwork and stuff. Mm-hmm. But kids grow up playing football and pee-wee football and stuff in their own towns. So that helps with that. But basketball becoming that, man. That's a conversation, man. It's no more just the kid that's on the playground hooping and you look at him like, man, he might turn into something one day. You look at him now like, man, I hope he can get a trainer, or I hope he on somebody's AAU team. Just a different life, man. Life has changed.
Yeah. Like you said, I've been thinking about that for months now, bro. Like, it's getting to a point where basketball is becoming more of the privilege. It's becoming the golfs, and it's becoming the tennis, where if you ain't got bread, it can be hard for you to get in there. So it's kind of scary to think about, bro. And
that sucks, bro. That kind of sucks. Honestly,
the rags to riches story of folks just coming up and changing life out of that. It's still gonna happen, but I don't think you're gonna get it as frequently as we've been getting before. So, like you said, that's a whole other day to break that down, man. But
thanks. That's why guys ain't fighting no more in the league, man. They ain't got no more dudes from the streets. It's over, man.
Everybody got a little pushing, a little I wish you would energy. Which at the same time I get it too, man. Like, it ain't working.
Them guys, they know they're gonna lose their bread. They get to fight, man. They ain't trying to fight. Malice in the Palace days, them boys was out the mud. Ben Wallace and them, they ain't care about none of that, man. Steven Jackson, them the type of dudes that was making the league in the early 2000s, straight from the streets. Mm-hmm. They made it, got some money, they blew it all. And that's what it was, bro. Man, remember I talked about that used to be a whole thing, like, NBA players get in the league and blow all their money, because them dudes were straight from the streets. Like they ain't have nothing. Now they got everything. KG,
Mhm.
AI, like taking care of all their homeboys, stuff like that. That was happening all over. Now it's so much more of like two parent households, financially stable families developing NBA players, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. That is great for them individuals. But for the guys that was making the NBA in the early 2000s, that's not their situation most of the time. Sure, how many NBA sons is it in the league now? A bunch of them.
Shoot, that's going to be taking over for real, for real.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bunch of NBA dads now. NBA, Gary Payton, LeBron, Steph dad was in the league. Klay Thompson dad was in the league. Like,
King
it's a
Martin.
bunch of players in the league. Like what I'm saying. There's a lot of guys that's NBA sons in the league, which I guess you should expect, but that is part of the privilege. They have access to these things. They can get in the gym, they can get training, they can get this information. They got money for whatever they need, for whatever AAU team they play, for whatever travel they're doing. They got it. Therefore, they had the upper hand on a lot of kids. So I mean, it's just one of those things, man. It's part of life, I guess. It's a cycle. So if the white Americans want to resurge in the NBA, this is their chance. But it's like, guys, basketball is expensive. We can take over. We can really make it our game again. Tell you, bro, they better lock in if they know like I know. Oh man. Nah, these just jokes. But yeah, Coop and Con Kneppel, they in the game now. And AR is holding it down, Chet holding it down, Tyler Hero's holding it down, Alex Caruso is holding it down. They got some guys, but they ain't got no stars. That's the only thing. Coop is now the star, or we hope he will be.
Yeah, he looking like it, man. All right, man. Let's wrap this episode up with this, man. So we're gonna create a top 10 or like a starting five and five bench players of the white Americans, man. So kind of going based off our list, starting five looking like it has to be John Stockton at the one, Jerry West at the two, Larry Bird at the three, Kevin McHale at the four, Bill Walton at the five.
Solid.
Okay. So probably got to go Kuz off the bench, back up one. Starting to look spooky, but
Because now you got Pistol Pete. That's another point guard, really.
yeah.
Then
I think
John
I'll go ahead
Havlicek
and
and Chris
go
Mullins.
because he got this repeat of point guards and repeat of wings with no bigs.
No bigs. This is where we enter Kevin Love.
All right, so are we going Rick Barry at the three and no John Havlicek or Chris Mullins? Or do we throw like Chris Mullins at the 3-4 to slide in John Havlicek?
So I'm gonna suggest something.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest we go ahead and leave off Kuz and Havlicek that played in the '60s. I suggest we go ahead and leave them off. We threw y'all in the top 10. Now, if we talk about making a team, we got to put in some better guys, some guys that can shoot, some guys that can play more like modern basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can leave Rick Barry, who's also played in the '60s into the '70s. I think we can go Pistol Pete. So Pistol Pete, say leave off Kuz and have the check. We go Pistol Pete. We can go Chris Mullins, Rick Barry. Then I think we go Caleb, and then I guess Bill Lambier.
So
Unless you
no
want
Mark
to throw
Price.
Mark Price in there. I was going to say Mark Price is a point guard too, but we put Pistol Pete over Mark Price.
But you want to leave off 70s, but you throw in Barry and Pistol Pete.
I said 60s. Nah, I'm open to also leaving off the 70s.
Then we gonna have to
You can
order the
also
list to get more players. So okay, if we're going that route, let's say we did leave off 70s. The list would look like
so that's
Mark
Pistol Pete.
Price. Yeah, so we're leaving off Pistol Pete, Rick Barry. Yeah, Pistol Pete and Rick Barry. That's 70s.
Yep. So we go
And
Mark
so
Price.
the Mark Price had to be at the 1. We're looking at
We
just
still
for the
got
sake
Chris
of
Mullins.
just for the sake of throwing some down. Chris Mullins at the 2. Then we'll throw in like I'm gonna skip 3 right now and throw K Love at the 4.
Bill Embiid at the
Actually,
5.
you throw K Love at the 3. Tom Chambers probably at the 4.
Bill Embiid at the
And
5.
yeah,
He don't live the white big we got. All right. I like it. I like it.
I don't like it, but that's the best we got.
The best we got. And, I ain't going to just take guys off and put all modern players because that ain't fair. But 60s, 70s guys, we need something a little more modern. How are they ever going to compete with anybody if we got a backcourt of Bob Cousy and Sean Havlicek?
A lot of right
It's
hand
not.
dribbling on the left side of the floor, man. That's a lot of that going on. And
It's going to get
before
ugly.
people try to jump on our heads, it's respect. But we have to accept that at the same time, you're not walking in your hand right now watching to this. You're not holding the iPhone 1. You're not holding the iPhone 5. You've upgraded to where whatever modern iPhone, whatever modern Samsung, Google, whatever you have is a pretty recent version of it. You're not watching this on a
Mm-hmm.
Nokia flip phone. You're not. You ain't got the big fat back TV. You're not. You've upgraded over time. And not to say it was the worst. It could have been the best TV of that time. I understand. I get it. But it gets to a point where you have to update and upgrade and evolve. So not to throw any shade, no disrespect, but we're talking like if you're picking the best ways of communication of modern times, no one's picking a carrier pigeon. No one is. It was excellent for the time it was. I'm finna pick up my phone and call somebody. Pick up my phone and FaceTime somebody. I'll probably write a letter and throw it in the mail before I talk about some carrier pigeon, dog. Like, engrave stuff in stone. I'm not doing that, bro. So, and same thing in sports talk and basketball talk. It's okay to keep stuff a little more modern. It's gonna get to a point in 50 years, we're gonna feel offended that somebody left off Kevin Garnett off of a list or something. You're gonna look at them crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? That current era would smack our era that we're living in right now. And it's okay. So I'm saying that as a genuine fan and lover of the genesis of basketball to now. Let's update and upgrade and keep it more concise when we're talking about the game of basketball. So, you want to throw that out there for somebody trying to jump in? Oh, y'all disrespect the 70s. Bro, Rick Barry is amazing. I understand. But he's not on this list. He's not on this. Like, it's okay. It's all right.
Get him out of here.
So, I don't throw that because folks be quick to just, oh, you're disrespecting the game. No, I'm not, bro. Come on, man. Anyway, point guards looking at John Stockton and Mark Price. For our 2 guards looking at Jerry West and Chris Mullins. 3, we're looking at Bird and K Love. 4, we're looking at Kevin McHale, Tom Chambers. 5, Bill Walton and Bill Embiid. 2 Bills.
The 2 Bills.
Low key, this is a solid team, man, because you can mix it up and match it up to where you can throw Bird at the 4 and have Mullins come in at the 3. You can go a little bit small ball and throw K Love at the 5, Bird at the 4. You can upsize and throw Jerry West at the 1, Mullins at the 2. So they got a little flexibility here, man. It's not a terrible group because everybody
It's
on
not
here is
terrible. It ain't the
yeah.
best,
It ain't
but
the
it ain't
best.
terrible.
You got a couple MVPs on here. Got a couple champions on here. You got did Bill Walton win the DPOY? I don't think so.
No. Just MVP though.
Yeah, we got a assist champion, steals champion, uh, 3-point shooting champions. You know, we got some solid talent on the list, man. You feel me? Some all
For
NBA
sure.
caliber players. So I think this is a solid lineup, man. A solid roster. I think they could do some. If you put this roster in uh, an Olympics, they could do pretty decent because they got enough versatility and stuff to mix up and be like, okay, do some damage. Semifinals.
So they get a bronze. If they playing the Olympics I seen last year, they getting a bronze. If that.
That's why I said semifinals. That's probably where they capping at. I don't see them get to the finals. I don't see that happening. French, uh, French team smacking them boys. Double check. Yeah, French team probably getting them. The
Serbian team.
I was just gonna say Serbian team. They doing some damage. Canada, they're doing super physical, which they
Shoot,
can
they
probably
might
do
would have
well some
lost to South
physicality.
Sudan.
Hey man, that's all. Don't bring up that team out. We ain't doing that.
South Sudan came out there hooping, boy. Hooping. I was watching that game. I was like, goodness, these boys ain't missing.
Yeah, man. So I think, man, the next episode gonna have to be a breakdown of that. We're gonna have to get into the whole. Let me be mindful how I say this. So if you go by the nationality in different countries and different continents and so on and so forth, different demographics. Is a better word to say. This team would do pretty decent. I think they'll feel pretty well. But they looking pretty rough though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They got some shooting. They got really good shooting. You talking about Bird, Mullins, Price, West. Really good shooting between them.
the
High
thing about
IQ. Kevin Love
it, the
shooting
thing,
too.
the thing about it, if we like we mentioned it already, but if we talking all time in a certain demographic, and you only got two MVPs, like two players who won an MVP, that's kind of sad. We talking all time, like especially for the white Americans, because it's like y'all have been in the NBA since its inception.
Mm-hmm.
You only got two MVPs. You got some All Stars and everything, of course. Got great players. John Stockton, assist record ain't gonna never be broken. All that good stuff. Chris Mullins like top 10 in 3-point percentage for a career or something like that. Some great players. But you got two guys who was an MVP, and you only got a handful of champions because Bob Cousy, John Havlicek, they won them together, some of them together with Bill Russell in them years.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Laimbeer got 2 rings with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Mark Price, no rings. Jerry West got 1 ring. Stockton, no rings. Kevin McHale and Bird won theirs together. If it weren't for Bird and McHale getting in there
Oh
together,
man. Oh
y'all would
man.
have been looking wicked. Now, Bird was going to be Bird whenever, but if it wasn't for them getting together, it was going to be wicked for y'all.
Yeah, man. But I also think too, as a legit team, like you threw this team on an NBA court.
They can play,
Yeah.
but like if they was playing against the NBA right now today, they'll probably be number 1 in the East. They'll be number 1. They'll be number 1, but they'll be no. They if this team played in the NBA right now today, you think they'll win championship with Bird, Stockton, and all them guys?
You know what? I just realized we missed over something big time. We
What's that?
said we cutting off the 60s and 70s, but we still have West starting at the 2.
Oh, are we getting rid of Jerry West? I'm down.
To keep it in what we were saying, we have
Because we
to.
kept Bill Walton also, who won an MVP. He played in the '70s predominantly too.
Oh man.
But I feel like you got to keep Bill Walton. He the only other MVP.
I
That's
ain't gonna
why I
lie to
said
you, dog.
'60s though.
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. We gotta keep 70s. We got to. We
So
gotta
who
keep
we
the
keeping? Rick
70s, man.
Barry?
Yeah, keep Barry in, and we can take out Tom Chambers.
That's cool.
Yeah, so throw K-Love at the 4.
Havlicek and Kuz is still out here. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah. We showed some grace. We can't
We
go back
show
to that,
respect
but
by putting y'all in the top 10, but we got to play.
yeah, we ain't got
Sorry.
time for all that. All right, so updated. At our 1, we got John Stockton. 2, Jerry West. 3, Bird. 4, McHale. 5, Walton. Now, off the bench is where correction comes in. Mark Price at the 1. Still got Mullins at the 2. Or Barry. It really don't matter at that point. They're pretty interchangeable. So 2, 3,
Right.
Chris Mullins and Rick Barry. Kevin Love at the 4. And Lynn Beer still at the 5. So
Mm-hmm.
solid
Still
group,
solid.
man. Yeah. I think the thing that keeps them in is their shooting. Like you talking about amazing shoot.
Everybody
Like
shooting.
you can really only person who cannot shoot on this team is Bill Walton, really. Everybody else can shoot.
Yep.
And Kevin McHale. Like mid range, yes. I'm talking about 3-point and beyond, shooting the peel off that
No.
mug. Like Bill and Beer was stretch big before stretch bigs were a thing. So
Yep.
if you really want to get disgusting here, throw K-Love at the 5, Bird at the 4, then shoot, throw Mullins or Berry in at the 3. Maybe West gets out of there and you throw the other one in there. And Mark Price is probably a better shooter, so throw him at the 1. Somebody just want to shoot the peel off the ball and run. Man, I'm throwing them with like you mean Mark D'Antoni coaching them boys. You just run and gun. Because you ain't getting a great defense. Like, yeah, they're solid. They're a solid defense team. They're not gonna be great. They'll be solid.
Yeah. I mean, once we put some faster guys out there, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. It's
But now
high
you talking
IQ.
about, yeah,
It's
John
on the
Stockton
so
got to
far.
move the feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on the so far that'll get you to an extent, man. It's like now you gotta go out Ja Morant, then shoot. Lucas shooting OB. So
Oh, Mark Price getting abused by Luka Doncic.
it's
That bump fade gonna be more bump fade than it ever happened before.
the most
Boom,
bump fade that the bump fade and ever bump faded.
man. Mark Price on Luka Doncic is getting spooky. Boom. He gonna be out of bounds. Mark
Yeah,
Price was
yeah.
skinny, bro, or at least he looked skinny.
And I know Stockton was stronger than, people give him credit for. He's a solid defender. But I don't know how
Still
much he's
6'2".
sticking with. Obviously, I don't know how much he's sticking with Luka, who's 6'7" or 6'8". It's like, yeah, you lower to, but like Luka get to a point where it's like, I'm just big boy you to the goal. Like I'm sorry. Then you got to come down and score offense too. Nah, man. So, SGA going to work, bro. So this is a solid. This is a solid group. This is a solid lineup. Like this really good team. But there's only so far they can go. So
That's all they is. A really good team.
yeah, man. So, oh man. So if you just off of what we've created so far, knowing what we get into next, where would you kind of rank them being? Because they've got 10 teams. Where would you rank them being in the top 10 without solidifying the other rosters yet?
8. They probably 8. Maybe 9. They the whites. I wouldn't put my money on
Hey,
them.
I'm right. I'm not too far behind you, brother. I gave them a little more love. I'm thinking maybe 7. I think because they do have a better balance. They got guard play. They got 3 different guys who can play point guard for you between Stockton, West, and Price. They have the wings between West, Mullins, Barry, and Bird. Then they have the bigs between Mikael, Love, Walton, and Adair. So they got a pretty balanced team. They got enough to interchange and mix up and rotate stuff around. Cool. The issue is the ceiling is not as high because Bear,
Can't guard.
uh, you got Bird as your creme de la creme, your best player, which is amazing. That's a great start to have. Like
Yeah, that's
top 10
great.
player all time, one of the best small forwards of all time. Great start. Who's your number two? West or Mikael?
Yeah, got to be West.
So West being your number two, once again, top 5 shooting guard probably of all time. Arguably top 10 for a sneak man like 7. Mikael,
I can
same
be.
thing. Top 10 power forward. Stockton top. You have 4 players that are in the top 10 of position, which is great. But you finna go against rosters that have the guys who are above them in their position. So
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, I'm number 7. Well, we got number 3 and number 6 on our team. What's up? At your position and at your position and at your position. So like, yeah, you got 4 people in the top 10, but your number 8 and your number 6 is last on our rosters of their positions. And then we got crazy depth and other stuff in other areas too. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. So next few episodes, actually, we're gonna get into this in a deeper level. So we're going to break down by demographics of nationality and the race that the players are, creating a tournament. So basically, think about the Olympics on steroids. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
literally.
creating for real. We're creating rosters of each different demographic that we kind of made up on our own, as you see, and create a tournament off of this and see basically, is there a group that could really defeat the Black Americans? 'Cause that's kind of it's like Thanos, bro. Like we kind of create the team that can actually dethrone Thanos. That's kind of what we're getting at too. So it's like
Trying to
we're
create the
throwing
Avengers.
trying to create the Avengers of different demographics. So like if kind of how USA basketball is for a while, it's like, are we shooting for USA basketball? We got to defeat them. So Argentina got together and South Sudan got together and this got together, and whatever. Similar thing here, but kind of branching out more. And so, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't think I updated it right. So, of course, the Thanos, the core crew that we're looking at is Black Americans. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We're not creating a team for them. We're not creating a roster for them because we had like 30 guys we can go through. Just pick 10. It really don't matter that much.
Y'all know
Just
who
pick
the
10.
best players are.
Yeah, we ain't finna debate that stuff. We don't care. So we just created the white Americans. So we're gonna have Team Canada on it down. We're gonna have Team Islands. And we'll explain this stuff later as we get through. Then we have I did that last. With mixed team, kind of just, people who are mixed with different races, primarily black and white, but we'll explain more later. We have the Western Europeans, Eastern Europeans, all of Africa, the whole continent going together, Team Africa, and then the others. The people who just you're too talented
Don't
to leave
belong
off.
in those any degree.
Yeah, you don't belong in any of them, but you're talented good to just leave off altogether. So you're kind of grouping all y'all together. Like you and your country produce 2, but then this continent produce 2, and then that place produce 1 or 2. So matter of fact, we're gonna throw all y'all together to make a solid group of team too. So am I forgetting one? Did I forget a team?
Are we Knicks in South America? You didn't
I
mention
don't
South
remember.
Americans.
I don't remember. So I think yeah, we keeping them. My bad.
Okay, South America.
And if we end up nixing it, then act like y'all didn't hear this. But so yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. We're creating a tournament around that just to see if any of these demographics and regions could dethrone the Thanos of Black American hoopers. So think about the greatest, you know, the LeBrons, Kobe's, Jordans, Magics, all them Greens. Just throw them all together. Don't care. Pick them. You create the 10. We'll let you do it. Can they dethrone that team? So that's what we're doing next couple episodes and get into that. We'll create the teams and let you guys understand how we created the teams, what the restrictions are. But I think that's it, man. Am I forgetting something that I left off?
Oh man, welcome to the race tournament arc.
Yeah, this is the next art we got going on, but it's gonna be fun, man. So y'all stay tuned next couple episodes, man. We appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all listening. See y'all next episode.